Happy New Year, everybody. This is Mo Crafts, and my first video of the year. I actually got a gift, wonderful gift from some in-laws. It's the Kitchen Aide ice cream maker, 2 quart. And so I made some keto walnut vanilla ice cream, and I'm going to be, well, what you'll see is me mixing it in a regular bowl, but I do recommend a tilt head bowl with a spout because much easier to pour into the Kitchen Aid attachment. I also put the ingredients there at the beginning of the video, and I would say to stick to the amount. You'll see that I am actually using more. I probably went over by 1.5, not quite double the recipe, and my bowl ranneth over. So it does make a good amount of ice cream. Um, I would say at least a pint. And since it's keto, we have 1 can of coconut milk. I'm going to crush some walnuts. We're using 2 cups of heavy cream. You'll see me pour in more, but again, I recommend the recipe that I posted at the beginning of this video so that you don't run into the same issue that I did. Using my lovely little measuring cups, another fabulous gift. I love birds, and so they got me this bird set, and unfortunately the tail broke off. But I'll fix her eventually. So what I'll do is kind of speed up the video and talk a bit more about the process as I make a mess. And if you're not making a mess, are you really cooking? I say no, sir. Um, so what's nice is the ice cream attachment. It's a bowl that you put in the freezer. It says 15 to 24 hours. I had mine in there probably over 24 hours for sure, probably around 26 or more. Um, and that's really all you do. You just put that bowl. You don't have to put anything in the bowl. You just put the empty bowl in there. 50, I think it says 16 to 24 hours. You see I'm mixing everything into a round bowl. Again, don't make this mistake because there's not a lot of room to play with. You'll see later when you're pouring this into the ice cream maker, which you don't bring out until you're ready to pour. So, yeah, I actually switched over to another KitchenAid attachment which is the tilt head, which I love. My hubby got it for me for Christmas. Um, and yeah, definitely use something with a spout or a tilt head. That way it's much easier to pour into the ice cream attachment. So I substituted some things. Swerve is my favorite artificial sweetener. I find it just doesn't leave a nasty taste in my mouth like others do. And it's equal measurement, so 1 cup of Swerve equals 1 cup of sugar. And since I didn't have 1 cup of confectioner sugar, I probably had maybe, I don't know, not even half a cup. I actually mixed in some Swerve brown sugar as well. So I think I was under a cup and found it more than, I mean, it was sweet enough that way. I would add it to taste, basically, whatever your artificial sweetener of choice is. It's always good to read the packages because I know some of those out there are 2 to 1, like, so you just want to be careful. And add to taste. I also, which I did not put in the list, so I'll go back and add it. I actually put a couple of teaspoons of peanut butter. I used a mortar and pestle to crunch up some walnuts, which was the harder way of doing things when I thought about it. I do have choppers, and so in the future I'll just use that, but I got myself a little arm workout. That was fine. What else I also added a teaspoon, well, I added probably 2, but a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you can also add other extracts, almond, strawberry, again, whatever your heart's desire. It's nice because you can just make something different every time. I definitely see a strawberry in my future. You can make sorbets with the ice cream attachment. There's a few frosty treats that you can make, and I would say when it's first made, it's definitely more of a soft serve. If you do leave it in the freezer, because I made so much, of course I had leftovers, it does get pretty rock hard, and I actually nuke it for about 20 to 30 seconds to get it to be, edible again. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, this is going to be a soft serve kind of ice cream, which I love. Actually, that's my favorite anyway. Uh, kind of had a moment here. So yeah, I'm putting in the peanut butter. There are two pieces aside from the actual, that's the dasher. Okay, so it's like the mixer, the actual paddle. And then another piece of equipment I was looking for, it's a slider. It was hiding from me, so I had some feelings about it. um, but yeah, it was right there. So that is the attachment, and sometimes it'll have like two big holes and you fit it in. Mine actually slides onto that base like that. And then what you do is when you put the bowl, and again, you're waiting until you're ready to pour. When you put the bowl in there, it will snap into place like other bowls, but this doesn't really snap into place. So you place that in the center and you will feel the grooves kind of slide into place, but it doesn't click. There's no latch or anything. That dasher is basically held strongly by the weight of the top of the machine and that attachment. So here I had switched over to that tilt head bowl, which you can see makes it much easier. I also noticed when I turned it on, I started it off at number 2, and you shouldn't do that. It didn't splatter or anything, but it actually says to put it on stir, which is number 1 notch. And you let that stir for 20 minutes. And again, just a little image of, I love this thing, tilt head bowl, which you can get. And here is the cleaned up version. So I actually came into the kitchen and it was pouring over the sides and I had to clean it up. But as you can see, just from the mixing, probably this is between 15 and 20 minutes. Again, see there's the paddle stays in the ice cream there. Here's my little ice cream scooper. And you'll see again, it's more of a soft serve ice cream, which I really like actually. And yeah, so the Kitchen Aide ice cream maker, I highly recommend. Super easy to use, and you can, make it to use the healthier snacks. Doesn't have to be guilty snacks, though I do plan on making a couple of those this year. But I hope you found this video helpful. I will put up the recipe again. Happy New Year again. Please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video.